Governor, on the anti-money laundering FATF guidelines, is there any requirement the Sri Lanka Central Bank will have to monitor or track cryptocurrency in Sri Lanka?
I think we explained this last time also. Why don't I invite Additional Director FIU to explain the process again. They should look at the last month review also. We explained that. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Governor. As we explained last time, we are facing the mutual evaluation next year, and starting from March onwards in 2026. This crypto, or what we call as virtual asset service providers, are the ones that we are looking at. This comes under Financial Action Task Force Recommendation 15. So one of the main requirements was that Sri Lanka during the previous evaluation was downgraded on Recommendation 15, which is on new technologies based on this particular area. So our requirement is, because we were downgraded to partially compliant. What we want is a largely compliant or compliant status. Aiming that objective, what Central Bank of Sri Lanka through the Governing Board has also intervened on this area, had started a three-phased approach. First phase involves in carrying out a survey to identify who are the parties who are engaged in virtual asset service provider activities. And that first phase is right now ongoing. We have had a fairly good response. Second phase, first phase will also include amending the existing Financial Transaction Reporting Act to capture the virtual asset service provider definition within the overall definition of financial institution, which would allow the Financial Intelligence Unit to carry out anti-money laundering and countering financing of terrorism supervision, which is also known as a risk-based supervision. We are not going after them as illegal entities, but we'll be looking at supervising them. That's the whole idea. And apart from that, the country nationally will have to have a prudential authority to regulate them through some sort of a registration mechanism or a licensing mechanism. That entity is not yet there at the moment. And in the meantime, the second phase and the third phase will involve, once the parties are identified, we will invite the respective parties or firms to appoint a compliance officer, and through the compliance officer and through the issuance of rules and regulations, the monitoring and the supervision mechanism will start. That's the phased out approach.
Is it fair to say that the central bank is in the process of tracking cryptocurrency transaction? Is it fair to say?
Central bank is not tracking cryptocurrency transactions. We don't have that kind of a capacity to track cryptocurrency transactions. I don't think any agency would have that capacity, unless, of course, you track IP addresses, etc. But we are in contact with most of the some of the virtual currency service providers outside Sri Lanka. So when the Financial Intelligence Unit requests certain information, we have had instances where those information were really readily given. Through that, the wallet providers can be identified and certain actions can be taken if it's illegal.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that 100% of these service providers are, you have contacted the 100% of the service providers.
What we are trying out is a voluntary compliance approach, which is by launching the survey, the people who are engaged in this will be requested. We started this from 8th of October. So there had been fairly about 6 weeks, and we have got a substantial response, and we have done this on the English media right now. So the next phase would be to issue the same questionnaire in Sinhala and Tamil medium through the Central Bank website, and as well as the Financial Intelligence Unit website. So we hope to keep this going forward, and of course start the supervision of risk-based supervision as soon as possible. That once the law also comes into place.